Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel, where we dive into the weird, the wild, and the downright fascinating. If you're feeling bored, don't worry, I've got you covered with 50 more random facts that will blow your mind. From bizarre history to crazy science, you'll walk away with some fun trivia to impress your friends. So, sit back, relax, and let's jump into it. Number 1. Donating blood or plasma can decrease PFAS levels in the body. You can reduce the levels of forever chemicals, PFAS, in your blood by donating blood or plasma. Studies have shown that this process helps lower PFAS concentrations and reduces the body's exposure to these harmful chemicals. Number 2. Plants detect water sounds and grow toward it for survival. Plant roots can sense sound vibrations from flowing water and grow in its direction, even without moisture. This extraordinary ability enables plants to find water in harsh environments, improving their chances of survival. Number 3. Late childbirth may increase a woman's chances of living longer. Women who gave birth to their last child after turning 33 were 2 times more likely to reach the age of 95, or older than those who had their last baby by the age of 29. A study found that women giving birth after 40 had a 4-fold increase in their chances of reaching 100. Number 4. 1 kilogram of uranium-235 equals 3 million kilograms of coal. 1 kilogram of uranium-235 used in nuclear fission generates as much energy as around 2 to 3 million kilograms of coal, making it vastly more efficient for producing electricity. Number 5. Undersea cables carry most internet data, not satellites. Instead of satellites, around 99% of intercontinental internet data travels via hundreds of thousands of miles of undersea cables at the ocean's bottom. Number 6. Swigert received a tax extension while aboard Apollo 13. During the 1970 Apollo 13 mission, Jack Swigert forgot to file his taxes. NASA contacted the IRS, who agreed that he was considered out of the country and granted him a deadline extension. Number 7. In 1955, a 600-year-old plaster Buddha statue was dropped, revealing it was actually made of solid gold underneath. In 1955, workers in Bangkok accidentally dropped a large plaster statue of the Buddha while moving it, causing some of the plaster to crack and reveal gold underneath. The statue, known as the Golden Buddha, is believed to be over 700 years old and weighs approximately 5.5 tons. It is thought that the golden statue was covered in plaster to hide it from invaders during a time of conflict, and the true nature of the statue remained hidden until its accidental discovery. Now that's a ton of gold. Number 8. In 1999, NASA lost a $125 million Mars orbiter because of a mix-up between metric and imperial units. In September 1999, NASA lost communication with the Mars Climate Orbiter as it entered Mars' atmosphere. The failure was later traced to a unit conversion. Error Lockheed. Martin engineers used imperial units for a calculation, while NASA's team used metric units. This mismatch caused the spacecraft to enter the Martian atmosphere at the wrong altitude, leading it to either burn up or skip off into space. Number 9. Japan's phones are waterproof due to popular in-bath phone usage. In Japan, about 90 to 95% of mobile phones are waterproof because many people, especially the youth, use their phones while taking a bath. This cultural preference has made waterproofing a standard feature in the Japanese market. At least I won't have to worry about dropping my phone in the toilet. Number 10. Humans perceive only small portions of light and sound frequencies. The human eye detects light between 430 to 770 terahertz, and our ears hear sounds between 20 hertz and 20 kilohertz. These ranges are small portions of the total electromagnetic and sound spectra, meaning much exists that we cannot perceive. Number 11. Firefighter vanished skiing in New York, reappeared 3,000 miles away in California. Toronto firefighter Danny Philippidis disappeared on a skiing trip in New York, only to resurface 6 days later in Sacramento, California. He was found 3,000 miles away, still in his ski gear, with no memory of how he got there. Maybe he was hanging out with the guys from The Hangover, or aliens. Number 12. After arguing with his wife, an Italian man walked 450 kilometers and was subsequently fined. In 2020, after an argument with his wife, a 48-year-old Italian man walked 450 kilometers from Como to Fano to calm down. Walking around 65 kilometers per day, he was supported by locals with food and drink. Police found him and fined him €400 for violating lockdown rules. His journey was widely reported and nicknamed Forrest Gump by Italians. Number 13. Sunken ships provided radiation-free steel for medical and scientific use. Steel for scientific and medical uses was sourced from sunken battleships until recently, because post-1945 steel was contaminated by radiation. This uncontaminated steel was crucial for precision instruments and research. Modern methods have lessened the need for these old sources. Number 14. U.S. lawns use 9 billion gallons of water daily for irrigation. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency EPA reports that residential outdoor water use, mainly for landscape irrigation, accounts for nearly 9 billion gallons of water each day. This substantial consumption reflects the large-scale maintenance of lawns and gardens across the country. Number 15. Einstein pledged his Nobel Prize money to his ex-wife during their divorce upon winning in 1921. He gave her the full amount. Albert Einstein promised his future Nobel Prize money to his first wife, Mileva Mari, in their 1919 divorce settlement. After winning the prize in 1921, he fulfilled this commitment by transferring the entire award to her. Number 16. The sun's loudness is inaudible due to space's vacuum. The sun produces significant sound energy, estimated at 100 to 110 decibels if audible from Earth. However, space's vacuum prevents these sound waves from reaching us. Number 17. Over half of thousand-year-old companies are based in Japan. Numerous companies have operated for over a millennium, predominantly in Japan. Remarkably, over half of these ancient businesses are situated in Japan. Number 18. Gold Rush era eggs cost $3 each. That's over 80 today. During the California Gold Rush of 1849, the scarcity of supplies led to exorbitant prices for basic goods. In some mining camps, a single egg cost $3, which is more than 80 in today's money. And I complain about $5 a dozen. Number 19. Avocados are toxic to many animals, but safe for humans. Avocados contain persin, toxic to many animals, but harmless to humans. Dogs and cats may experience mild symptoms, while birds and large animals can suffer severe effects. Number 20. In 1967, the X-15 reached Mach 6.72, setting a speed record. On October 3, 1967, U.S. Air Force Major William J. Knight piloted the North American X-15A2 to a record speed of Mach 6.72, or 4,520 miles per hour, or 7,274 kilometers per hour, a record for the fastest manned aircraft that remains unbroken. Number 21. Brunei Royals. Custom Bentley orders helped the company avoid bankruptcy. The Sultan of Brunei and his brother purchased so many custom-made Bentleys in the 1990s that their orders provided the financial lifeline Bentley needed to avoid bankruptcy. Number 22. Afghan lapis lazuli, mined for millennia, was called blue gold. Lapis lazuli has been mined in Afghanistan for over 6,000 years and was traded extensively with ancient civilizations such as Egypt and Mesopotamia. Its deep blue hue made it highly valuable, often referred to as blue gold. Number 23. Mobile Cave, uncovered in 1986, contains sulfur-dependent species found nowhere else. In 1986, Romanian workers discovered Mobile Cave, sealed for 5.5 million years, containing unique species like albino crabs and worms that feed on sulfur-producing bacteria. Number 24. Rome's subway expansion delayed by archaeological discoveries like Hadrian's Athenaeum. Rome's efforts to expand its subway system, particularly the Metro C line, have been significantly delayed due to frequent archaeological discoveries during construction. Over the past 4 decades, excavations have unearthed significant historical sites, including Emperor Hadrian's Athenaeum, a 2nd century military complex, and an amphitheater. Number 25. McLaren F1 repairs are prioritized due to high value. The McLaren F1 has become so valuable that it's nearly impossible for an insurance company to write off one as a total loss. The repair costs, no matter how extensive, are always less than the car's market value. Additionally, McLaren's Special Operations Division ensures that any damaged F1 can be fully restored, regardless of the severity of the damage. Number 26. Casu Marzu cheese contains live maggots that can leap. Casu Marzu is a traditional Sardinian sheep milk cheese containing live insect larvae. It's considered unsafe to eat if the maggots have died, and is typically served with strong red wine. When disturbed, the larvae can launch themselves up to 15 centimeters. I think I'll sit this one out. Number 27. KFC recipe secrecy ensured by 2 suppliers sharing duties. KFC's handwritten recipe is secured in a vault at its Louisville headquarters. To protect secrecy, 2 suppliers are involved. One prepares part of the mix, while the other finishes it, ensuring no single party knows the complete recipe. Number 28. Mizuho's 2005 trading error led to $225 million loss. In December 2005, Mizuho Securities, a leading Japanese investment bank, suffered a massive financial loss due to a trading error. A broker intended to sell 1 share of JCOM Co. at 610,000 yen, but mistakenly placed an order to sell 610,000 shares at 1 yen each. This typo resulted in a staggering loss of over 27 billion yen, approximately $225 million. Number 29. Wetness is perceived by combining temperature and pressure, not directly. Humans cannot feel wetness directly instead. We perceive it through temperature and pressure cues, which our brains interpret as a wet sensation. Number 30. Israel's narrow size makes it possible to cross quickly. Israel's size is so small that you could cross it from west to east in 2 hours, and it takes 9 days to walk from top to bottom. Number 31. India was one of the world's richest countries before 1700. Before the 18th century, India was among the richest countries globally, known for its strong trade networks and vast production of goods, particularly textiles and spices. Number 32. Crete's ancient olive tree is over 2,000 years old and productive. The olive tree of Vouv, located in Crete, is one of the world's oldest olive trees, estimated to be 2,000 to 4,000 years old, and still producing olives. Number 33. Japan built Kansai International Airport on a $20 billion artificial island in the ocean. Japan built Kansai International Airport in the ocean for $20 billion. But the artificial island it sits on is sinking faster than expected, with concerns it could be submerged by 2060. Number 34. A survey showed that 56% of commercial pilots admitted to falling asleep during flights, with 29% waking to discover the other pilot asleep too. Number 35. Olives require curing before eating, with origins still largely unknown. Olives are naturally inedible when picked due to their bitterness. It takes a long curing process to make them edible, though the exact history of how this process became known remains unclear. Number 36. China's smooth bullet trains can balance a coin at 350 kilometers per hour. China's high-speed bullet trains operate so smoothly that even at speeds of 350 kilometers per hour, a coin placed upright on a windowsill can remain standing without falling. Number 37. Japan tests first tooth regrowing drug with potential future availability. Japan is testing a world-first tooth regrowing drug on humans, following successful animal trials that could lead to broader availability by 2030. Number 38. Aphantasia affects 1 to 3% of people who cannot create mental images. Aphantasia affects 1 to 3% of people and prevents them from visualizing images in their minds, often referred to as mind blindness. Number 39. More steel is made hourly than all gold ever mined. Gold is incredibly rare. The world produces more steel in just 1 hour than all the gold that has been mined throughout recorded history. Number 40. People have tried to sue God. Again, it sounds like one of the made-up funny facts, but people have actually filed lawsuits against God for reasons you can imagine. Negligence, failure to keep people away from the devil, and other harmful acts of God are quoted in most of these cases. Number 41. Uranus was first named George. When William Herschel first discovered the planet in 1781, the English astronomer named it the Georgium Sidus, the Georgian planet in honor of King George III. Number 42. Dolly Parton once lost a Dolly Parton lookalike contest. Dolly Parton once entered a celebrity lookalike contest as herself and lost. The contest was held in a San Francisco club. In order to somewhat disguise herself, Parton exaggerated her features with makeup. However, she got the least applause of all contestants, and ultimately lost to a drag queen. Number 43. Lobsters don't grow old and die. In fact, as far as scientists can tell, they only die of external causes. Number 44. Wearing white wedding dresses only came into fashion after Queen Victoria started the trend. White isn't meant to have any other meaning, or represent purity as many people think. Before this trend, most brides just wore their best dress of any color, as it was expensive to buy a dress just for the occasion. Number 45. The minimum number of humans required for the species' survival is about 200. The minimum number required for any level of survival is 50. Below that, the inbreeding becomes a problem in the long term. Number 46. John Tyler, the 10th U.S. president, was born in 1790. That is during the first U.S. president, George Washington's first term. His grandson, Harrison Ruffin Tyler, is still alive. That is the current U.S. president, Donald Trump's second term. Think about it, just 3 generations, father, son, and grandson to cover the entire U.S. presidential history. Number 47. Otters carry around their favorite clam-opening rock in their armpit, and mothers will even pass on their favorite rock to their baby. Number 48. Ancient Egyptians had their own toothpaste recipe. Thousands of years ago, the ancient Egyptians were already taking care of their teeth with a rudimentary form of toothpaste. Made from ingredients like crushed eggshells and ashes. It wasn't exactly minty fresh, but it worked. This ancient dental care is a fascinating reminder that some human habits never really change. Number 49. Elijah Jefferson Bond, the first person to patent the Ouija board, has a Ouija board etched into the back of his gravestone to commemorate his legacy. Number 50. Green potatoes can kill you. The green color cast some old potatoes develop is an indirect indication of high concentrations of the toxin solanine. Though solanine poisoning is rare today, there are documented incidents of people dying from toxic potatoes. And that's a wrap on 50 more random facts to cure your boredom. I hope you learned something new and had some fun along the way. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on more awesome facts. Got a favorite fact from this list? Drop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.